What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another episode of The Culture Decides. I'm your host, Lee. I'm back at it. We back to our classic style episodes. I've been doing some collabs, hopping up on Hip Hop High Society. I hope y'all checked out that episode I did with Music Culture Daily. You know what I'm saying? I've been here and other places. I did the interview not too long ago with King Shampz. So if you haven't, make sure you check that out. And, just been happy to speak to y'all in different ways and connect y'all with different people. So I hope this year so far has been great for you all. I know it's been pretty exciting for me. I'm just excited to deliver more content to you all, improve on myself. You know what I'm saying? Watch us all go up together. Yeah, I'm saying. So, typical. We already got some lit music so far for 2026. I'm really excited to see what else we have in store. I've been sitting on this Fall Off album, which I do have that coming up for y'all in another episode. I promise. I've been learning to digest. I do have my ratings, but everything is coming soon. So as far as the episode agenda, I'm gonna have my reminders. Already mentioned some already. Have some highlights and lowlights. We're gonna talk through some unrepeat and unradar songs. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, I got my music reviews, some underground submissions that I owe you all, and some mainstream albums that I've been listening, let it marinate, all that good stuff. I hope y'all been staying warm because I'm going to tell y'all something. Up here, it's been cold as fuck. We finally got some better weather, you know what I'm saying? The 40s, 50s, got you feeling like you want to throw something on the grill compared to what we had before. But whatever. Outside of that, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. For my audio lovers, you know what to do. Download, follow The Culture Decides on your favorite audio platform. I'm on all of them. And, stay tuned on The Culture Decides, at The Culture Decides on Instagram, TikTok. For Twitter, they don't want to see me be great. So it's Culture Decides without the THE in the beginning. You got that. And like I said, check out that collab episode I did with Reese over at Music Culture Daily. We had a dope conversation actually about jcole and our expectations for this project. And we actually talked through our thoughts on ASAP Rocky Don't Be Dumb, right? So you already got my initial thoughts if you did check out that episode, right? Outside of that, make sure you check out episode 19. And every Wednesday, Hip Hop High Society is live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, okay? That's my quick reminders. You know what I'm saying? I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. And, while I did speak about Don't Be Dumb on Music Culture Daily, I didn't do a song by song review. So I figured I owe y'all, a little extendo review on that. So as far as the mainstream, I'm going to talk through Don't Be Dumb and I will talk through Coke Wave 3.5. All right. That mixtape has been sitting well with me and I definitely had some notes I've been wanting to share. So we're going to get into it. And like I said, you stay tuned. You're going to be treated well. Okay. I definitely got that birthday blizzard fall off review. I got that store for y'all coming up next. So make sure you stay tuned this week. I'm grinding, y'all. I got y'all. Oh, y'all, so I got y'all. And then underground artists, I'm going to let you know when we come up to. I'm going to try to do a little different this time. We're going to see how that goes. But I got some fire underground artists. The list keeps growing. So I got to knock them down a couple, actually 5 actually, that I want to talk to y'all about. So we're going to hop into that. But before I do, let's get into some highlights and lowlights. And this is just going to be some things that, have been like a highlight since we last spoken. I know there are a couple of things I didn't talk to y'all about directly. I might have posted about it on social media and gave you like quick thoughts and shit like that. But I really want to make sure that you feel me on this one. So I did want to just quickly recap one of the concerts that I got to close out last year with. I got to go see Gunna and he was performing in MSG. and so it was really great to see him finally. This is my first time ever seeing him perform. He did a great job, honestly, performing songs from the last one all the way into the days that he was actually working with Thug and Baby, you know what I'm saying? So I got a treat. I got a treat, a full treat. Everybody that went got a full treat of just like seeing Gunna from the rise of his career to now. And honestly, it's like he's still peaking. How is that possible? Despite all the criticism and everything, he's able to push through and still sell out these arenas, sell out these stadiums. You know what I'm saying? He sold out the Barclays, then he sold out the Garden. All right. The lyrics became true. He manifested that one. And I'm gonna just need y'all to put some respect on his name. That's really what I'm saying here. Like, he had a great performance through and through. Breath Control was amazing. That dude did like a 5K earlier in the day or some shit like that, which is insane. Stage presence, he was across the stage every angle, and the set design was something that I really appreciated as well. I feel like even down to the set list, everything was well thought about, and I really did enjoy that. Now, Dave East did pop out. I did mention that on Hip Hop High Society and how he performed a song off of his he has a track with Gunna that he made back in 2019, and he performed a song off of his latest project. And I was just like, bro, I didn't even know you dropped anything. Why haven't you been promoting this? But whatever, that's besides the fact. We gonna get on him another time. Actually, Obi just did a review of East Mix, so check that out. But yeah, anyways, let's move on. The Grammys. The Grammys happened early this month. Grammys, everybody was looking forward to it because there were a few albums that, were in that best rap album of the year. Clipse, Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? All that shit was just like, how do you choose from these projects? I even had a tough time myself when we did our Hip Hop High Society votes. I was just like, damn, who do I put in my final? Like, I don't know. I was just literally like, it's like, yo, help me, help me. But, it was definitely something that I enjoyed watching. I still feel a way about some of the categories not being televised. I feel like they could do a better job at showing more of those hip hop and R&B categories. I will watch it. I don't care. And specifically because like artists like Kehlani, Duran, and others made really important speeches against ICE and just, basic fucking human rights. Just standing up for what we see in the world. And I think a lot of these people do have the privilege of living life as if nothing affects them, but to use a big platform and say, you know what, I'm going to take a stand versus just like patting myself on the back is to me commendable. And I do respect that because I'm one that always believes in speaking up on shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody fucking push you over. And when you see shit going on that's evil in the world, you have to call it out. You don't skip over it. They want us to just keep scrolling past this shit, y'all. But whatever, I ain't gonna get overly deep. Oh, I just might. I don't know. I just might. We gonna see where this goes. Because my next thought that I'm going to talk about, which was a highlight, there's some thoughts to be said there, but I want to finish the thought on the Grammys. Honestly, I'm not surprised that Kendrick swept most of these categories. I am happy that Clipse got to take home the best rap performance. And of course, Kendrick gets a Grammy for that as well because it was for Chains and Whips. I was really happy to see even Bad Bunny, use the stage to speak out and say ice out, like get the fuck out. And that brings me to my other highlight, Super Bowl. Everyone wants to move past everything so quickly and talk about 2027 Super Bowl, who we won at the halftime. Like, can we let this moment marinate, simmer? It's okay. It's okay to enjoy and really process the message that was sent during that halftime show. First of all, it was a beautiful presentation. Like, I do appreciate Bad Bunny and what he does for the culture and what he does, to really just put Hispanic people and and salsa and all the different types of Spanish sounds. He could do it all, you know what I'm saying? He done the bachata, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it too right, but forgive me. He does the salsa. He brings the Bori vibes, you know what I'm saying? If you really want to just tap into that culture, he does it well. Honestly, the project, for short DTMF, is a great display of what Puerto Rico has to offer musically. And there's so much more music and artists beyond him, but that's just a start if you really care. Now, I feel as though the Grammy speech set the tone, like I said, and it's important to use these stages for impact. And yes, he brought the vibes, but the impact was felt. Me seeing all the flags at the end, that really was like a wow moment. And what was so huge for me was seeing my own family's flag out there. We are often not shouted out. Shout out Guyana. So I was like, oh shit, look at us front and center. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other people was experiencing the same moment. And that is the importance of what he did. He made people feel seen. He made a statement like America is just not the United States of America. America is filled with so many other countries, islands, culture, and even America itself. United States of America, if you look at it as a whole, it's filled with so much more than just racist white people. You know what I'm saying? But they want to take the shine, of course. Now, I was saying I ain't gonna get that deep before, and then I said a lot, right? Yeah, because I did want to talk about the symbolism a bit. From the beginning down to the end, he was making statements. And, for a lot of people, they were like, oh, it's just a lit performance, or, oh, what's this performance is just too much. But him starting within the sugarcane fields, like, if you are from anywhere or just are aware of culture, you already knew he was about to piss people off. And if you didn't know, I actually did more research into just the symbolism itself. And Spain had established sugarcane fields, and they used the fields to put enslaved indigenous people to work, essentially, and profit off of the new world. That was their whole reasoning for wanting to, you know, grow these sugarcane fields and have these people that were slaves take care of it to make money off of them ultimately. And the scene with the shaved ice and the snow cones, aka, I'm gonna try to say it right, my Spanish people forgive me, piraguas. That's the stand that you will always see in any Hispanic or Caribbean community. You will always find a vendor selling some fresh shaved ice snow cones for the Americans. It's okay. Sometimes we can't say the piraguas. Piraguas. I'm gonna get it right eventually. Next episode, y'all gonna hear me. You're gonna be like, oh, you've been doing that Duolingo, okay. But whatever. So that was even symbolic in itself. He's painting the scene. He's giving you that imagery of this is what it's like to be taking a day in our culture. You know what I'm saying? A funny / cute moment was seeing the kid knocked out in the middle of the party. For those of y'all that, will go out with your family or anything like that as a kid, or just will go to the family events, there's always some little kid knocked out while the music is on 1,000. I've been that little kid myself. So that was, just funny seeing that as well. And, some other more deeper symbolism throughout the performance is that, there was a part where he was performing on the light poles. Kendrick did do something with light poles last year, which was more so symbolic in the sense of this is for the lost ones, how people hang the sneakers on the light poles. Whereas in Bad Bunny's case, when he says apagon, that refers, I might be saying it wrong, el apagon. It translates to blackout. And PR, for those of you that you may remember, Hurricane Maria actually knocked out power for a very long time in PR. And that was back in 2017. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm trying to say 2020, 2017. And since then, and even before then, they were struggling with the power grid. And this power grid is operated by a company called Luma Energy. Bad Bunny had actually previously spoken out against them. So it's actually no surprise here that he decided to make another statement on the grand stage of the Super Bowl. And he had Ricky Martin pop out and perform Lo que le pasó a Hawaii, which is one of his songs where he's pretty much like, don't let what happened to Puerto Rico happen to Hawaii. Don't let them come and erase our culture and colonize our people. Let's maintain who we are. And that's pretty much the context of that song. And then we had Lady Gaga pop up. Lady Gaga popped up and she's singing in English, and he makes a comment like, "Is this what you want?" type shit. And Lady Gaga played her role well, honestly. The flower on her dress, funny enough, is called a Flor de Maga, which represents resilience and beauty. Her light blue dress is matching the color of Puerto Rico's light blue part. The blue part used to be light blue, and that also used to represent when they, were standing up for, doing their revolutionary moment. So that flag with the light blue actually got outlawed in 1948, and then they actually re-legalized it in 1952. But then when the U.S. took over, they switched it to the U.S. color blue. Fuck them. So yeah, that light blue is the authentic flag, okay? All of this I learned through research. I didn't have this stored in my brain. And I'm saying this all to you because this is called The Culture Decides. Yes, I do music reviews, but I think it's important to also tap into the culture behind the music, okay? So I implore y'all to do your own research and don't move on too quickly from moments that are meant to be impactful. That's my biggest message out of this whole blabber, if you will, to you all. Focus on it right now and let it simmer and think about what it means to you in a moment. If you're not directly impacted by what's going on in this country right now, somebody is, okay? And yeah. Now, low light. Chris Brown tried to make this fucking moment about him. What the fuck is wrong with him? And what is wrong with y'all fans that keep coddling him? I made a tweet the other day. Whatever, I don't expect them to go viral, but I expect people to understand where I'm coming from when I say shit, right? And if you don't, that's fine, because I will explain on this podcast. It is okay to not agree with everything your favorite artist does. I don't care if you love them all your life. You're not going to like everything that they do. But what it appears to me is that for certain people, y'all don't give a fuck. Even if you know what's wrong within your true heart, you will go out loud and wrong and defend him. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the situation, after Bad Bunny had performed, he went on the internet and had the nerves to tweet, sounds like they need me up there or some shit like that, right? Some of his fans were like, yeah, we would love to have you next year. And a lot of people took it for what it is. You are trying to make the moment about you. I just feel like knowing what the message of Bad Bunny's performance was intended to be, you should not have made that moment about you. You should have congratulated him. And you could have even, it's about wording too, because he could have even went out his way to say yo, that was a beautiful performance. I would love to be on that stage myself. At least compliment it. You were just sounds like they need me up there. You were sounding like middle America on some oh, this shit is just too much. Doesn't seem like they really like it. Maybe I need to go up there and dance like a fucking crackhead. I'm sorry. I could go to 7-Eleven for the same dance moves, okay? I could go to Penn Station if I want to see that shit. So please, or better yet, the subway. And some niggas will be flipping off the top of the fucking subways to do them same moves you doing. What songs does Chris Brown have that will even create that type of impact that Bad Bunny? Does he have a song that's even Lo que le pasó a Hawaii? You know what I'm saying? Spanish people, forgive me. Y'all gonna get me right how I say it, but you get what I'm saying. Do he even have something that hits and will resonate like that? Yes, he can have a set list that's more so on the lens of being like Usher's, but we're past that point. These last couple of years have been about making a statement. Beyonce, Kendrick, Bad Bunny. How are you going to top that? You telling me Chris Brown is topping that? Get the fuck out of here. Whatever. I don't know. More and more, the more y'all speak, y'all starting to sound like the people that are against us. And time and place is everything. That's the most important part. Time and place is everything, and how you say shit too. You can say, oh, I would love to see him perform up there, but don't take away from the current moment. I digress. That was my highlights and lowlights. Now, we gonna move on to some music. You know what I'm saying? Did my ranting. So, now we're gonna move on to some shit that has been on repeat slash on the radar for me, right? Some new shit, some slightly, I want to say old, but maybe like not like the like last week drops. You know what I'm saying? Some couple months ago, a mixture that I have about 5. Right. So first one that I wanted to actually talk about, actually mentioned this as a sleeper pick during last week's episode of Hip Hop High, but just in case you missed it, 3 a.m. with Don Toliver and Lil Shimmy off of Lil Shimmy's project Rockstar Junkie. This came out last July, I believe. And the reason why it's been a standout hit to me, one, the fucking song, that shit is lit. That shit, baby, what you been doing in here? That shit is fire. Like, honestly, when I first listened to a body of work by Lil Shimmy, I had did a music review back in the, not back in the days, but back when he had dropped Zombieland 2.6 in 2024. I had reviewed that and I wasn't really feeling it. Like, I was like, I found it mid, the project, and a lot of people were gassed about him then, and I was just like, I don't see the hype. And I don't know, Don Toliver, he's elite on features, but them two together really did good on this track. It made me want to go explore the album in depth, honestly, when I saw it, because I was disappointed with his previous project. I was just like, I'm not prioritizing it. But I'm gonna get to it. It definitely made me listen to some other tracks, but at 3 a.m. on repeat. That's a 3 out of 3. Now, the next one, What You Saying by Lil Uzi. That's been hitting, you know what I'm saying? Lil Uzi got a recipe that works. He always got something to make you move your feet. And he actually linked up with producer MC Vert. They worked together a couple things before, but MC Vert was like how Uzi was like, yo, bro, I need you to make a Jersey beat with this original song from and Dila is her name. So that's the lady that y'all hear singing on the track. And he was like, yo, just make a Jersey beat out of this. So shout out the Jersey beats, the shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When I first moved out here, I was honestly like, what the fuck is this? And do y'all really listen to this the whole party? I went to someone's Sweet 16 and they played Jersey Club all night. And I was just like, this is like me going to a New York party and I'm playing like Get Like music the whole time. Like, this is unheard of. Like, we be mixing it up, but like, I see the impact. Listen, it's been a long way coming, and now y'all got that global stage with the sound. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people have been benefiting off of it and not really shouting y'all out. So this is my homage to Jersey. Y'all got a special place in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock on a place that I call home. But New York forever. But yeah, I still respect it. I be talking shit. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. But yeah, What You Saying, Uzi on repeat. The other track, it was actually that track I posted about 2 weeks ago with that scam rap. This Jamaican artist called SpacemanUFO. He dropped that nah stop. He did a freestyle on Disruptor, and that's how I came across him. And I've been running that shit up on my phone. Like, I downloaded it on Apple Music and everything. And he just dropped a video for it and everything. So he's been going up. And as he's been going up, that reel been going up for me too. Like, okay, top views. Let's keep going. But that was a little hype story. But yeah, that track is on repeat. I got so much music that I play on repeat, but I'm going to keep it at 5. Another track. Watching Us, Wale featuring Leon Thomas. I feel like y'all been really hard on Wale for no reason. This project is actually not that bad. Like, I've been hearing a sprinkle of songs here and there. I honestly didn't prioritize listening to it right away, but I practically listened to most of it, and like, it's not bad. What's the beef? Is it just because it's Wale? Because I feel like he just got this effect nowadays. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe he said something stupid. Somebody remind me. Rush Hour, Youngn MH dropped that 2-pack. I did an interview with him. That was the first interview I ever did on this platform. So go back and watch that so y'all could kind of hear all the motivation and all like the ideas and just like how he's working up to these moments, right? Because there's an album on the way, okay, that's coming up. But for now, we got this 2-pack with Rush Hour that also pays homage to the Jersey Club vibe. So I'm telling y'all Jersey up right now with the. This is one, if you really want to move your feet, this is that. You know what I'm saying? I'm vibing it. I'm vibing with it. I posted a little behind the scenes footage for y'all on Instagram. But if not, regardless, if you heard the clip or not, go add it to your playlist. Go add it to your phone, okay? Please. We also got the other single on there, Call It Even. Beat the odds, call it even. Okay. That one already been a wavy track. So if you're not listening to that, you're missing out. Oh, expand your ears. Go listen to some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. I trust y'all when y'all send me these reviews, right? When y'all send me these, I trust y'all. Trust me. Check it out. Regardless of, feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Create your own opinion and add it to your playlist. All right. So that was my 5 tracks on repeat / on my radar. 3 a.m. by Don Toliver and Shimmy. What You Saying by Uzi. Non-Stop by SpacemanUFO. Watching Us, Wale and Leon Thomas. And Rush Hour by Youngn and MH. Add those. Check them out. See how you feel. And if you have listened to them before, let me know how you feel. At me, tell me I'm bugging, tell me it's lit, whatever the case is, DM me. I respond. We be talking about projects and everything. I don't care. I'm not like unreachable in the sense, I should say. So I'm gonna tap into these underground songs that I got, the underground spotlight. I did want to do a little different since they did agree to have the music displayed. You know what I'm saying? I want to actually see what it's like to play the track for y'all and give you my opinion on it, right? Give you my ratings. Now remember, I have a scale with fire signs, right? 1 fire sign is mid. 2 fire signs is a good track. 3 fire, absolutely on repeat. It's a bop. I need to have that in my playlist. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the scale. No hard feelings. It's only to push you to do better. If I give you a score that's like 1 out of 3, 1 star, 1 fire, don't mean you act. You know what I'm saying? It just means that wasn't the track. Now, a couple of these folks, they do have full bodies of work. So what I'm doing is I'm selecting a random song and playing it and seeing how I feel about it. And letting y'all know how I feel about it. Now, was risky because usually some people do send like a specific song, but if you don't send a specific song, I'm gonna just pick one and see how I feel about it. Because sometimes they'll cherry pick. No, I want the whole project should be good. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna push y'all. But anyways, regardless of the fact, regardless of how I feel, y'all better follow these people, show them love, all right? Because these are people that's really working to make a name for themselves without a machine behind them, okay? If anything, we are the machine in a sense. You know, we are trying to, if anything, build a community that really just helps everybody grow. You know what I'm saying? If I go up, you go up, we all go up. That's my theory. But hey, so Monty Jurdan is from Chicago, Chirac, you know what I'm saying? Got some Caribbean roots, all right? Shout, big up yourself. You know already what I'm talking about. Jamaican background. And he dropped this project called Ancestor Money. It has 11 songs, half an hour listen. And he wants you to know that, this is music for the people. You know what I'm saying? This is about true hip hop artistry with a new school spin. So I've heard like snippets on Instagram from following his page, but I'm actually gonna listen to a track with y'all for the first time together. And I wanted to check out Dead Racist because, we already been talking about all this bullshit going on in the world. We might as well play something that's gonna give us the vibes, the anthem to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Art is revolutionary. So you need the art to go with the movement. All right. So maybe this is it.
This Chicago, nigga.
Okay. He off rip, off rip. He done started it off like, okay, fuck ice, facts. Off rip, the bass is dumping on this bitch. Hold on. I need to. Hold on. We gonna run it back.
Chicago, nigga. I don't mean wet chains, nigga. Fuck ice. Smoking Donald Trump pack. Where the fuck my lighter? Pockets full of dead racist whites. Smoking pack, dead racist whites. I don't need wet chains, nigga. Fuck ice. Smoking Donald Trump pack. Where the fuck my lighter?
Yo, that energy off rip that got me leaned in. All right, you got me leaned in. Hooking niggas up, all right? But yeah, facts. Smoke that Donald Trump pack and fuck ice. Cause that's how we moving right now, okay? And if you're not moving on that timing, then you need to get the fuck away from me, okay?
Pockets full of dead racist whites. Smoking pack, dead racist whites. Smoking pack, this that Chris Columbus. Smoking pack, this that Charlie Kirk. All that racist shit left him leaning like a Roman. All that racist shit probably get you Charlie hurt. Moving bowls, flexing Charlie to the body hurt. Think we slow finessing, pop him like a Molly yurt. Gala shouted, texting bad like a Tyler curse. I'm that man in my bag, this is not a purse. Blind to the goofies, can't see him, can't see no races. Might be blind shit, truthfully, just seeing these blue faces. Only president we kept out is mainly just Ben Franklin till we make a black.
Yeah, the only president we care about is that motherfucking Ben Franklin. I ain't talking about the real nigga. We talking figuratively, okay? That money, that paper. That literal paper, okay? Not the real dude, but so far, you know what I'm saying? This is sounding really good to me. We about to see how he closes it out in this last like 45 or so seconds.
$1 for honor, just being frank, man. Ancestors on the money, my future is painted black. This for the ones who took our countries, we coming to claim them back. No human beings illegal on stolen land. I'm stating facts. Fuck a Ku Klux Klan and any man that's hating blacks, nigga. I don't mean wet chains, nigga. Fuck ice. Smoking Donald Trump pack. Where the fuck my lighter? Pockets full of dead racist whites. Smoking pack, dead racist whites. I don't need wet chains, nigga. Fuck ice.
And y'all see what I just did there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't use Spotify like that. But when I am listening to, you know, some of my underground artists, if they send me the Spotify link, that they prefer that, whatever the case is, or wherever they send it to, sometimes it's easier to pop up the Spotify. So whatever, regardless, y'all got me using 2 different platforms. Man, I even be using Bandcamp and all that shit. What am I talking about? Even all of that. So I'm across these platforms listening to music, even trying to seek underground talent. Sometimes I go in there myself and just pull whoever's there. But regardless of the fact, y'all see what I did, right? And if you listening, what I did was I clicked on the motherfucking follow button. I added it to my library. I follow him on Spotify and I added it to my library. All right. So make sure y'all do that.
Smoking Donald Trump pack. Where the fuck my lighter? Pockets full of dead racist whites. Smoking pack, dead racist whites.
Yeah, that is a 3 out of 3. Ain't no question about it. Monty Jurdan, you did that. Right? Monty Jurdan out of motherfucking Chirac. Make sure y'all follow him on the socials. I'm going to pop that up for you real quick. Follow on the socials. Feel me? Because people is really spit. You know what I'm saying? Like, 3 out of 3. I really loved how, you know, you decided to make a statement with your shit. And you wasn't afraid to say what you had to, nigga. Fuck ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, make sure y'all go follow Monty Jurdan, MANIJURDAN, Jurdan with a U, Monty MANI Jurdan. On the Instagram, you see him right here, Chicago. Y'all got one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go check out the rest of the project, but that track in particular, I'm fucking with it. I'm feeling it, all right? So keep doing your thing. Right, so next artist, I actually spoke about him before. Young Reese Dude. I actually did a review for him previously back on episode 16. He is constantly dropping some fire. I actually reviewed something off of Light last time, and now he has this other project called Dark that dropped in December. And I did the same thing where I went ahead and selected a random track off of the project to see what's going on there. So I really did want to listen to Nightmares of Dying Broke because facts. We ain't trying to die broke, nigga. We try to move up and down there. So we gonna run that. All right. See, make sure y'all follow Young Reese Dude on your favorite music platform, whether you're using the Apple Music, the Spotify, all that, you know what I'm saying? And check him out on social media. You know what I'm saying? We got Dayton's finest, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got that Ohio energy out here, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, hey, feel like I could vacuum seal the raps, but every time I make the real relapse. These layers twisted, let me peel them back. I'm focused on my target with every shot. I had to deal with that, left it dry. Had me hanging where all the dealers at. Yeah, but the space between us made me feel like Jesus. All this stepping on water, still no one believes us. Every corner.
okay, first of all, intro that beat. That this is what I like to call that sophisticated beat, and the way Reese Dude is coming in on this track, you know what I'm saying? Like very smooth shit. So we about to hear how it elevates and progress into this Nightmares of Dying Broke. I'm gonna hear it, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna listen to it.
Way different. Some talk to receivers, then others get hooked. You can see it all in they features, stomach growling. I'm on the island, shit, this hunger valid. You put your crew on with some crouton, now y'all chasing salad. Say you could grow off of 10, though the money feel childish. But once you really start moving, you gotta check your mileage. Wanna own a couple flats and get us off the track. Cause all this bird frying could get your army off a rack. We was just trying to ball a course stake on the hat. None of it matters when you see the stats. Yeah. Dear Lord, I pray that one day you gon' get me safely off these streets. They say it's in your will, that's why you let me be. Nightmares of dying broke, that's why I never sleep. Oh Lord, dear Lord, I pray that
Yeah, okay, the hook on there adds another vibe. I was wondering how you was gonna go.
Dear Lord, I pray that one day you gon' get me safely off these streets. They say it's in your will, that's why you let me be. Nightmares of dying broke, that's why I never sleep. Oh Lord. Them dark cells just led to them shark tails. Once this shit we felt giant. Off of them parcels, fuck Clark Kent, our hero was the mob and cartels. Brothers blaze trail, bloody aroma of char smells. Hey, stuck in your nose, turning them killers cold to tip. High off the first shiver, ready to blow at you, my nigga. Question if you were friend and foe. Whole time they was watching the numbers, praying it go. Yeah, feel like they gassing you. Them demons on your left shoulder speaking about passing you. It's all freshmen hoping the upperclassmen move. High degree of violence will be the reason they master you. Shit, they laughing too. Cause it's a joke to them you made it out. But they send shots at your granny you don't play about.
I'm really vibing with how it progressed. You know, we had the first verse to really reel you in there, and then the chorus of the Nightmares of Dying Broke with the singing touch on there. I do fuck with that. You know, Young Reese Dude and Don Johnson, they have actually worked together previously. I believe I did see that on Light. So y'all got something going on together, you know what I'm saying? On the production, down to the rapping, down to the adding the singing vibe. I'm vibing with it. So we're gonna see how the ending closes out. So far, the line with the granny, okay, chill, bro.
It was a dark night when them bullets riddled her house. Now you on the clock, what you gonna do? Dribble it out, yeah. Dear Lord, I pray that one day you gon' get me safely off these streets. They say it's in your will, that's why you let me be. Nightmares of dying broke, that's why I never sleep. Oh Lord, dear Lord, I pray that one day you gon' get me safely off these streets. They say it's in your will, that's why you let me be. Nightmares of dying broke, that's why I never sleep. Oh Lord.
Yeah, all right. Is another 3 out of 3 Young Reese do Nightmares of Dying Broke. Like I said, I just selected a random one off of here. I was resonating with the title and I am feeling the sing rap. It's not too much singing, but it really just adds like I feel like with this type of song of like, yo, I'm not trying to die broke, it just adds element that is needed versus just rapping straight throughout it. I feel like you made the right choice of having that chorus, that hook be that type of vibe. And I absolutely love the beat. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, this is gonna be some nice shit. You know what I'm saying? So 3 out of 3 for me. Young Reese dude. Let me pop him up real quick. Make sure you follow on the grams on at Young Reese dude on all social. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do that so y'all can see. This is page right here. Young Reese dude, he actually also dropped this other project called Have a Nice Day. It's a 3-pack, 7-minute listen, literally so quick. I actually spun that and I actually really did. First of all, I love the cover art for it. He actually uses this same cover art that his profile picture is with the Foley mask. And honestly, the track Aroma, that's one of the top tracks on here. And then he has another song. So he has 3 tracks: Hardcore, Aroma / Foley Mask, and then Hell in a Cell 97 featuring Action Figure 973. Alright, so that shit was hard. And I really did like the track Aroma on there. So not only was Nightmares of Dying Broke pretty cool, if you want to dive into some more of his work and just hear his range, that's another that you should check out for sure. All right. So we got 3 more coming at you. I hope y'all vibing with this new way that I'm trying to like present the music to you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all might as well hear it with me, right? So that's what we doing. And who knows? We always gonna try something to see what really works best. All right. So next artist I will get into right now will be Valenti. Valenti, my bad. Valenti out of Hartford, Connecticut. All right, we showing Connecticut some love, and I'm about to play this track, this video that he had sent over. It's called "Keep It a Stack" featuring Lil Skit X. All right, and I'm gonna just show it first for y'all too. Here's this tab right here. This is his page. I could check him out and follow him. Think of Talenti, but just replace that T with a V. And if you don't know how to spell it, check out the description of this episode. I'm going to tag everybody in there. It's cool. I got something for everybody. We got our strong suits, but whatever. We going to go back to this and we're going to play this track right here. This song is about, a grind, being on a grind towards fulfilling your dreams, right? So we're going to hear and see what he got to spit. Well, Lil Skit.
BG, hey, yeah, let's go,
Hey, yo, first of all, off rip caught me with the beat. I'm like, okay, where we from? Okay, Connecticut. We got the Northeast vibes in here already. That beat, okay, let's see how this go. Let's see how these bars fill the beat, all right?
Let's go, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Look, let's stay on the go. I cannot relax. They want me on tour, so they run it back. Whatever I do, I get to the bag. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack. I stay on the go. I cannot relax. They want me on tour, so they run it back. Whatever I do, I get to the bag. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack.
Fuck with the gang, keep it stacked, yeah. All right. The hook so far, it's giving that energy. I love that energy. You know what I'm saying? Hartford, Connecticut apparently got that energy. Tune the fuck in. Expand your ears. We tapping into a different area code. All right, let's keep it going.
Fuck with the game to keep it Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. I stay on the go, I cannot relax. They want me on tour, so they run it back. Whatever I do, I get to the bag. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Fuck with the game to keep it. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. fuck with the game to keep it a style. Want me on tour, I can't relax, she love me more. I'm running it back, she want them back, and I'm getting it back. Call me for the score, I got it intact. Find me at the store, I'm running it back. These niggas be hating, I call them a fan. Hey, yeah, these niggas be hating, I call them a fan. Making a spin and
yeah. Yeah, your biggest hater, them be the motherfuckers that be checking in on you all the time. They are fans, okay? Call them as you see them, okay? Call them as you motherfuckers see them, all right?
do it again. I took ice from out the fridge, making bands as per DM, making bands in my DM. Hey, yeah. She wanna go to the gym, flying around and she riding the Benz, stepping on niggas in off-white Timbs. Hey, yeah. She wanna do it again. Hey, yeah. She wanna do it again. Yeah. Keep it a stack. Keep it a stack. Keep it a stack. Stop ready. I stay on the go. I cannot relax. They run me on tour, so they run it back. Whatever I do, I get to the bag. They fuck with the game to keep it.
I feel like that last verse, the ending could have been a little better, but I feel like he was just vibing so much. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? When you can't even finish the bar. But nah, it's still solid so far.
Stack. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Fuck with the game to keep it a fuck with the game to keep it a stack. I stay on the go, I cannot relax. They run me on tour, so they run it back. Whatever I do, I get to the bag. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Keep it a stack. Fuck with the game to keep it a vibe 100% of the time. Anytime we step in the room, we got to turn, we got to lit, we got to hype. They're loving the crew. Cameras in action, center of attraction. Ain't no debate, they know we the truth.
We taking it back up. We taking it back up another level. Okay, this is what I like. The energy is continuing. The energy is growing. There we go.
Feeling like big, they loving the drip, but they call me cute, cause I got the juice. But look, when it come to the cash, I get to the bag. Straight from the bottom, I came from the trap. The put in the pain, you know that it's facts. Call me a dog, but really a cat. Say you get money, but that's really cap. You want me on tour, say they run it back. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Look, I stay on the go, I cannot relax. They run me on tour, so they run it back. Whatever I do, I get to the bag. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack. I stay on the go, I cannot relax. They run me on tour, so they run it back. Whatever I do, I get to the bag. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack.
Fuck with the gang, keep it a stack. Keep it a hundo. Why you fucking being fraudulent for?
Fuck with the game to keep it a stack. You fuck with the game to keep it a stack. Fuck with the game to keep it a. Fuck with the game to keep it a stack.
So it seems like it's really just gonna close out with that right there. And honestly, it's not a bad song at all. I do think it's a fire track. Now, as far as my ratings, I'm giving it a 2 out of 3, only because I feel like the song could have been a little bit shorter for like the contents of the verses. And I do feel like that one verse that was like the middle verse, I was like, okay, this one I feel like he could have took it home a little bit, but you picked it back up towards the end. So that's why I'm giving it a 2 out of 3. Now I could definitely see myself replaying this for sure and this growing on me. I want to hear this shit in the car, you know what I'm saying? Window bass dumping on this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's the way you gotta vibe out to some shit like this. But I was vibing to it, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a good track. It's really just I think the verses in the middle could have been elevated just a little bit more. But other than that, y'all better check out. My bad, bro. If I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry. Y'all better check out Valenti 2327. All right, we got Connecticut in the house. All right, you know what I'm saying. And this was we had Lil Skit X on the feature. All right, so check that out. You know what I'm saying. This is his page right here, and run it up. All right, y'all. So I got another one for you. We gonna tap in. I'm tapping in. I owe this to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to take my journey through these songs with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So you can see me behind the scenes type shit. We fuck with a gang, keep it a stack. I might even give that bitch a 3 out of 3. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm gonna leave it where I'm at for now. I'm gonna leave it right there. Let's see how it grows on me. So I'm getting up this other artist for y'all. His name is Juice Lord, out of St. Paul, Minnesota. We everywhere with it. You know what I'm saying? We're not just limited to the tri-state. We going everywhere with it. So Juice Lord submitted a song called Slide. He's out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Slide is featuring, it got 2 features on here. It's Lindy and Quajo Productions. Seems like that's the producer on there. This dropped actually a couple years ago. It actually dropped in November 2024, but we running it back. That's what was submitted. So, you know what? Shout out Minnesota. Prayers to y'all. I know shit is real over there. Shit is still going on, even if they don't put it in the news all the time. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely stay easy over there. But he wants y'all to also check out his album that dropped in late 2025. It's called Terry's Baby. But for now, we are going to spin this song called Slide. And y'all make sure y'all go follow Juice Lord. His Instagram is Hammer Time Juice. I'm going to show you his page real quick. This is Hammer Time Juice right here. This is his page. Y'all go show him some love. Minnesota, stand up. All right. We about to go run it up. It's called Slide. Like I said, Slide.
Yeah. That part. Yeah. Hey. We gonna let it ride, we gonna let it breathe. Yeah. Check. I've been having voices in my head telling me stop tripping. A few times I really have forgot I was that nigga. I'm the blueprint. I'm the one they wanna lean on.
Yeah, off rip. I was like, where we going? We got the grand piano in the back. Where we going with this? Coming in with the bars. Coming in with the bars immediately, all right? Minnesota got that energy. Let's keep it going.
No need to say the names. I bet they feel it when they hear this song. Cars go in the way they do. It's time to mow the lawn. Only about expansion. I played around for too long. Too many yes to things that really did.
Only about expansion. I played around for too long. And that's exactly how I'm feeling this year. That's the fucking move for 2026. That's the move for the rest of the life. We not fucking around. We expanding. We growing. We building the community. We building our network. All of that. And that net worth. All right?
Yes, the things that really didn't serve me. A lot of people I met in this time didn't deserve me. But best believe I've been pressed the weight given. Every single time, and I passed the limit. Good kid, bad city, but I am not Kendrick. And if you're rocking,
good kitty, mad city, but I am not Kendrick. You're Juice Lord. Juice Lord with the flows, all right? So far, you know what I'm saying?
How y'all say I should have a Grammy? Ha, but it's kosher on this side. Everything for the family, and you know we gon' slide. Hey, but it's kosher on this side. Everything for the family when it's time to be alive.
Snow or shine,
Lindy with the vocals. I was wondering where we was gonna hear you. I'm hearing you well. And I'm here. I'm just favorite the track already. You know what I'm saying? You already know where this is gonna go, but we're gonna let it play.
Some days it's gonna rain, oh, I'ma be okay though. I done seen a lot of stage love. I'm familiar with the pain, love. Wrote this tune for your healing. Tell me lately how you feeling. To the left now, everybody slide. What a time to be alive. I love it when I'm with my tribe. Still cautious on this side.
Yeah. Better days ahead, I know I'm worthy of it. The days.
Yeah, I'm letting you know right now. If the song was to stop here, it's a 3 out of 3. I'm gonna let it continue. This shit is fire. Like, what? That soulful ass hook chorus. Like, she literally just slid on that. Like, no pun intended. She literally, like, you know, those like sing rap tracks that the singing really just brings you closer to the meaning of the song. Like, that's what she's really doing here. And just like, I don't know, it's giving like a this is for us type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Here in Minnesota, we reflect on the summer. Sort on shows, y'all. I always have my people with me. The year's in, and they still see some greatness in me. Never had to fit in or overdo it. All I do is give what I feel. Feel my music. A product of a few MCs. I push the blueprint. I'm ill with the pen. That's why I'm speaking so fluent, Lord. People act like they don't know me. I'm starting to get it. But I can't let it throw me off.
If they acting like they ain't know you after they heard this one, then something's wrong. Something's wrong. They're a hater. They're a hater. Because I'm hearing you loud and clear. And I see why you said that line about the Grammy.
Because the cloth different. Still gotta work hard even while you mention. Cause if you slip with your flows, you ain't promised a pension. Respect to those that always thrive in these conditions. I realize what 100 dash ain't always the limit. That's why these days I'm focused on the distance. Y'all bad vibes won't affect me, it is not sticking. I put a lot up on my back, but I carry it. Still on the fly for real, the spirit of Harriet. Ha, I'm a full of block baby. Can't no sucker ever say they made me. You dig? You feel? Oh, Adore, what up? Hey, Joe, we ain't hiding that shit no more. Hey, shout.
Let's go, Minnesota, full of block baby. You heard it. You heard it here. You heard it here. You heard it here. Let's see how he closes this one out.
What up? Slide. Yeah, slide. So we gon' slide.
Snow or shine, I ride for mine. Some days it's gonna rain, or I'ma be okay though. I done seen a lot of stage love. I'm familiar with the pain, love. Wrote this tune for your healing. Tell me lately how you feeling. To the left now, everybody slide. What a time to be alive. I love it when I'm with my tribe. Still culture on this side.
This shit, you know what I'm saying? If you know how to get light with it and do your little slide, hey, that's what it's giving. You know what I'm saying? This is giving, like, you know, those block party anthems that you can play and it gives you that feeling of like, damn, I'm home. You know what I'm saying? We a community with my tribe. Like that's that vibe.
It's still kosher on this side. Still kosher on this side.
That part.
Yeah. I told y'all already it was a 3 out of 3. Slide by Juice Lord featuring Lindy and Quadro Productions. Go follow my dude here. Here is his page again. Hammer Time Juice for those of y'all listening. Out of motherfucking St. Paul, Minnesota. Go show some love. That was a wavy track. We've been listening to some different vibes across these couple songs that I've played so far. I mean, I'm really feeling it. So, you know, tap in. Tap the fuck in. So now I am going to tap into an artist that I actually had the pleasure of doing an interview with on the 2 episodes ago. Ruciano and Killah H2O, the Don, dropped Crown of Thorns. This was actually the project that he was teeing up during that interview. It's 11 songs, 32 minutes. I am going to show some love and listen to one of the tracks on here with y'all, similar to how we've been doing. We just vibing right now. You know what I'm saying? You got some time. We vibing. We took it back to Brooklyn. We went to St. Paul, Minnesota. It's extra brick over there. Now we coming back. Coming back, all right? So, this one, we are, what song do I want to take out of this pick here? I'm going to do the same thing, all right? Pick a random track. I'm low-key, it's between the Chillionaire Thoughts, because I know the Chillionaire, that's the movement behind, you know what I'm saying, these guys. But I might go with this 4 Horsemen. I'm curious to hear that because, you know, we already got Ruciano and Killah H2O, the Don. Oh, by the way, make sure you follow. I'm going to show you Ruciano page real quick after this. But follow Ruciano. You're going to see him on a recent post I did. He's pinned there. And then follow TOG Killah. That's his man's that's featured on here. So we're going to play this 4 Horsemen and see what's up.
I came from the bottom where a lot of us don't make it at. Arose from the dirt, I grew right there with a pavement crack. I never ran, I never told, no way I couldn't fold. A vivid picture, my verse descriptions is like I wrote the scroll. Delivery is surgical, get you hit through a cold.
Ain't waste no time, just got straight into it. You know what I'm saying? Straight into the motherfucking bars. We gonna let this shit run, alright?
The text get bag after bag and do it again when the sun resets. Nigga, check the stats, you play the bench and I'm a starter. If I get a deal, I might turn carry to the Carter.
Carter.
I was told for watch for snakes to be an old man. Nigga, move aside, lay down and get with the program. I know I'm a problem, been on my job moving high speed. I don't follow trends, I set the pace and watch them clock me. High key, I've been on time in no way I could waste a minute. We ain't going back and forth, my nigga, this ain't table tennis. Money talk loud, but the silence will cost you dearly. They praying on my downfall, but my vision's too clearly. Bitch, I'm
Gritty with the flavor, still chilling with the gangsters. Piffy in the papers, hit like niggas in the majors. Listen, I'm hella clever, stepping in whatever weather. Forever getting better.
Who you niggas feeling like? Yo, who you niggas feeling like right now? Because they putting up some big time energy on this one already. We only a minute in. And I'm like, chill, bro. You spitting right now. Both these niggas is spitting so far. We gonna hear what the features have to bring.
Well seasoned like lemon pepper, yo. I'm the flyest with it, the entire image scientific. Know you heard me. I keep it sturdy as a Rikers visit. I'm the type to get it, cause I'm rock solid. Stop jocking, straight out the dirt, but I'm down to earth like I'm skydiving. I'm not lying, these are honest facts. I got the glow with no karate class, reading beats like a boxing bag. Not the brag, but
Yo, what I love about Ruciano's work is he does it all. He could give you that gritty shit. He could give you that I'm feeling myself, I'm swaggy shit. You know what I'm saying? He could give you that sing rap shit. And this shit is just straight fire. This is just like on some anthem shit. We bringing the fucking energy through Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what New York City sounds like. I gotta borrow that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the prime factor, top rapper, wax game, bring back pain like spine fractures. My aura, ice water, man, I'm the Skywalker, fly talker, shot calling, high scorer, like
shit, when you take out the AirPods and look at it, like, hold on, this nigga got my shit on fire. He's spitting. Hold on.
busted pipes, I'm pressure in the flesh, fuck your life. Me and Cuzzy tight, we rep it to the left, nigga.
Yeah, any means, look, I'ma go get it. I remember P.O. used to hit me with that home visit.
Hey, we got the time for the feature show. Time for the feature show. We got Bitcoin bags and then Show Rocker popping up. Let's hear him.
Why she knocking? Look, we really had that stove cooking. For that cash money, baby, we got no limit. In the summertime, you know it's getting so frigid. The block hot, but you know the streets cold with it. Get low with it, they might slide up in the chrome Civic. Put them bullets across your chest like the old wizards. Bet it all, bet you I could get it off. Remember we was pitching soft, whenever time's getting hard.
Honestly, y'all see the faces I'm making. That's, you know, whenever I say something is absolutely fire, that's how I'm in the back, like, just making that mean face, like, what? Yo, I'm being mugging.
Oh, youngins leave the streets alone. Please don't get involved. Homie lost his enterprise, sliding in a rental car. No, I got vivid scars, bars like a prison yard. Pray like a synagogue. I know I'm a synagogue. Hey, bar God sent. You can smell a synagogue. Flip my words backwards. Tell him that you still my dog.
Illest bars straight from Connecticut, so my temperament.
Okay, you brought in some CT energy. We was just bumping on that CT energy. All right, we bringing it back. Okay, let's go.
It blends with the frigid cold weather flows that are effortless. In debt to this culture that boasts a bold and incessant wit. Forever rep the pendulum, meaning death to the separatists. You scared? Better protect your neck and hit the churches to pray. Either way, you go and see what the method is. Fashion killer, look what I'm stepping in. I had a Protestant that was red bottoms like I was hemorrhaging. It's them again, rocking.
Yo, this is giving like them Griselda boys a run for their fucking money. Like, yo, am I fucking right or am I right?
Killah here too, from the city where it's summer, niggas still wear boots. I'm willing to
okay, you know, you heard what he just said. He just shout out his boy Rue. You know what I'm saying? Not too much on that now.
shoot if I go on a drill with my troops. And if you see me with a pigeon, but I'm still in a coop. I plant my flag here. Y'all was riding waves as if Max here. I've been uber nice since niggas was using cab fare last year. Let it be known, I'm taking over. Then I'm Mac at your heart and we taking your paper, soldier.
Yeah, that was hard. That was a 3 out of 3. Everybody did what they were supposed to fucking do on this track. From Ruciano, from Killah H2O, from Bitcoin Bags to Show Rocker. Y'all brought the energy from the beginning of the fucking beat to the very fucking end. And that was a 3 out of 3 for me. No complaints. Y'all make sure y'all follow everybody. Check out Ruciano. Let me show you right now his page. And from there, follow everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So we got Ruciano right here. TOG Killah is H2O. Killah H2O's page. And then, like I said, we had, Bitcoin Bags and Show Rock on here as well. So them dudes was doing it. 3 out of 3, no complaints for me. Those were my 5 artists on there that I really wanted to shout out. And also while I'm talking about people that I did past interviews with, King Shampz, I did that last episode 19, interview with him out of West Philly. You know what I'm saying? I got these gritty style rappers from everywhere for y'all to listen to, all right? His project, Hustler Renaissance Volume 1, is an EP, 16 minutes, quick as fuck, guys. Come on, go listen to that. Go spin that. I really did like the music on there. I showed y'all some of that within the last project. Within the last episode and some clips. So go listen to that. Money, Murder, and Drugs still remains a top track on there, and that was a 3 out of 3. So I just wanted to shout him out. And as far as the ratings for that project, I did give that an A. That was a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, honestly, out of the 5 tracks, all of them except Too Hot got a 3 out of 3. On Too Hot, I gave that a 2 out of 3, but that's still a good fucking track. You know what I'm saying? So check him out there. Without further ado, I hope y'all have fun spinning some tracks with me in that little part there. So now we gonna tap into what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? We gonna tap into that. Tap into the mainstream right now. Like I said, I got that fall off review coming for y'all. I owe y'all that. But I had some other IOUs, some projects that came out over the last time we had one of these song by song reviews, and some of them I'm going to share some quick thoughts, and the others I will dive into. Specifically, the ones that I will dive into for y'all will be Coke Wave 3.5 and then ASAP Rocky Don't Be Dumb. I did previously, like I said before, mention my initial thoughts on Don't Be Dumb with Music Culture Daily, so check out that episode I did with my dude Maurice over there. Coke Wave, I haven't gotten a chance to speak to y'all about, so we're going to talk about that. But really quick, just have to talk about this project really quick because this shit really was a fucking disappointment. 21 Savage, what happened to the streets? What happened to the album? What happened to this fucking project? Honestly, I was really disappointed because I really, really do like his project, American Dream. The rollout for it was great. He had these movie style trailers popping out. I felt like he was actually going to drop an official movie in theaters for it. You know what I'm saying? I even went to see him perform in Philly. I think it was actually in Camden, but whatever, Philly. Perform this and some of his other hits. And, I really did like that project. So I was looking forward to this having a bigger impact and just like more replay value, but it fucking didn't. There was a lack of marketing, and even the fuck the streets movement felt clickbaity because he wasn't really following through with that. You know what I'm saying? Pop It featuring Lotto is the best song on there, and it's honestly the main song that I even replay off of that project. And the worst track on there is that dog shit track featuring Glorilla. It's literally dog shit. Like, keep it. Why did you give it to us? It was a waste of a fucking good beat. It was not good. I gave it a 6.5. I gave it a fucking C. And he's whack as fuck for using the R. Kelly sample. And then the numbers were suspiciously going up and down. Like, it was just too much. So yeah, that was my quick rant off of that. Now we go move on to this Coke Wave 3.5. Honestly, this one has been sitting with me as far as it's been on my replay list. This is a project that I play a couple songs off of. So, let me start with my initial thoughts. This one, he had over 20 something songs on here. It's a little over an hour and 6 minutes. It's a mixtape. And French and Max, they always had this Coke Wave movement. And honestly, I feel like we've seen French in prime mode again since Max got out. I feel like he's the happiest we've ever seen him. Like, one time I actually seen him pop up for a club appearance in Miami, and that dude was just on his phone sad as fuck. This is before Max got out. So now he looked like he having the time of his fucking life, as he should. Him and Max made some great, music together. And while I didn't grow up heavily listening to Max B, like, and when I say this, I mean seeking his music first and all that shit. Like, he went to jail when I was 12. And of course I've heard his impact, and I understand that he has a big impact of just even this, like, swaggy type of sing rap that like a lot of dudes be putting out. You know what I'm saying? He is a part of that movement. Not to say he's the only one, but just, a core rapper that elevated that type of sound, right? So it was hard to ignore his influence, especially when I was growing up in New York at the time. But honestly, once I saw him facing 60 years, I was like, oh, it's clip for him. You know what I'm saying? But he got out 16 years later. And if you don't know about his case, so he was actually involved in a armed robbery and murder that occurred in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Funny enough, a lot of celebrities tend to have like their houses over here and shit. So he in 2007 got arrested, and then in 2009 was when he was sentenced to 75 years. He accepted a plea deal for aggravated manslaughter, which reduced his sentence to 20 years, and he got out in November. Like, I feel like French definitely held it down, and you really can't deny that he has some hits and really was a part of New York City's finest music moments in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, French, now that I had the chance to really listen to this project and really tap in, and, sometimes it reminds you like, yo, you do have some moments, you know what I'm saying, that is worth acknowledging. But whatever. So we're gonna tap into it. I feel like Max came out of prison. I feel like Max B has had the best return to form post prison release. Young Thug, Disappointment. I mean, Gunna, I should say. He's another one that has been doing great. And Max B came out dropping music videos, back in the scene, doing interviews, straight to the studio, already did a fucking tour, like already did performances, like come the fuck on. Right before the Coke Wave 3.5, he dropped Public Domain 7, The Purge. That was too fucking long. It was good, but it was long. But whatever. On the first track, they open it up with Make America Wavy Again. And usually I really don't like using any likeliness of that man, but this song was undeniably good. I usually knock points off for shit like this, but the song was hard. I ain't gonna lie, with the the lady's voice in there. Like, I don't know. I gave this track a 3 out of 3. I really was feeling it. And then we got Whipping That Wave. I think one of the bars that stood out to me was when Max B was like, think you could body me, you got the best chance at lottery. And lottery is already fucking hard. So he's saying it's fucking impossible to get at him, all right? And French on the hook, Whipping That Wave. He carried that energy into his verse. And I feel like as I'm starting to listen to this track here, I'm like, yo, this is about to be the hardest we've heard French rap in a very fucking long time, just off of the vibes of, how he's coming off of Whipping That Wave. Those first two tracks, I gave them 3 out of 3s. And we move on to Bulletproof, produced by Harry Fraud. La musica Harry Fraud, all right? You heard that man's tagline before. This track, honestly, I feel like it's growing on me. I'm not too crazy over it. At first, I did give it a 1 out of 3, but after listening to it over a couple more times, it did grow into 2 out of 3, I should say. 2 fire signs out of 3, so it's a good track. Sometimes some of the production with Max B's voice, it was kind of like strange to me. I feel like it was overdone, but I digress. Move on. Track 4, we got this track called Skit Part 1. Honestly, this had me cracking up. It was literally like a skit of them talking they shit. So it's more of a, like, verbal words in here. Just from being able to add that comedic effect to this long ass project. I was like, all right. I'll give you your fire sign, your 3 out of 3 out of 3. Whatever. But we move on to the real, what I like to call the star of the show of this project. Ever Since You Left Me, track 5. Honestly, even after repeating this project over and over the last, few weeks, this is still my top song, guys. The video the little snippet that they showed with them doing the little dance to it, that got me hyped when I had first seen it. And like, this is the song that I can't wait till it's nice outside to really play this, have the windows down. Ever since you left me, more money, more cars, more I can't say that part. Ever since you left me, all right? That shit was fire. 3 out of 3 for me. And then we move on to track 6 called Pop the Half. She popped the half, got her titty shown. I mean, that's the hook. French is on there. French kicks it off. And honestly, this was another song that did grow on me. It was more of a 2 out of 3, but the more I listened to it, I'm like, nah, this shit, it got that wavy vibe. She popped it. I know more lyrics than that. I just gotta hear the song and then I vibe out to it. You know what I'm saying? But this track with French and fucking Max, it was another 3 out of 3. And now we move on to track 7, Heaven. Max B is on here, like how he took his first drink at 11. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much he's on here like, yo, I'm praying all my dogs go to heaven. He's talking his whole shit. And then French comes in and he's like, yo, I spend all this money, and how his bitch, his woman, which I don't, I'm surprised they ain't take it. You talk about the princess like that? If you don't know, he's married to a princess. I forget. Is it from Dubai? Let's see. Let me double check that. Hot keys. Fiance. She is the daughter of the vice president and prime minister of the UAE. Okay. So yes, that Dubai family. And they were actually engaged last year. So he's like, yo, my bitch is worth a whole country type shit. You know what I'm saying? He going off on here. He's feeling prideful on here. And in on here, it's pretty much like, yo, all my dogs go to heaven. We doing all this shit. You see us outside. We doing what we do. I give this track a 2 out of 3. 2 fire signs out of 3. It's a good track. And it hasn't really moved out of that placement for me. It's been staying right there so far. So now we move on to Metro Wave. This one's actually produced by Metro Boomin. I love that they added some of that youthful vibes on here. Cause we do have like Harry Fraud that's producing some of the tracks and shit like that. But Metro Wave, Max B is like, I did a 7 ball, I had to thug it out, you know what I'm saying? He definitely did the fucking time. He definitely did that fucking bit. And he came out and got the teeth fixed and everything. But Metro Wave, I feel like it was needed to like add a separation in the production, as, in the sense of like it helped the album, or the mixtape, I should say, not sound like redundant with the beat selection. So it was like a switch up that was needed, I should say. And I gave this track a 3 out of 3. So then we move on to The Race. This one's actually produced by Murder Beats. And on here, Max B, he's like, I can't fuck with Bigger Velly. He be cheating on the law. Like, this is what people be saying about him. Like, yo, I can't fuck with you. Like, how you even got to do what you got to do and come out in the time that you did, whatever the case is. But this track, this was another track that at first it was like a lower score for me, and with the repeats and all that shit, it did turn out to be a 3 out of 3 fire signs right there. Now we move on to Effortless, another Harry Fraud production. This one was one of the tracks that, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, had like a 1 out of 3, and I feel like the more plays I got, I was like, okay, it's not a bad track. But I think what it is for me is like, I'm like, yo, there are how many more songs in this bitch that I get to get through? So I started to feel like the vibes of this first half started to like trickled down a little bit, but I did give this track a 2 out of 3. It's a good track on here. Pretty much like, hey, all the shit that I do is effortless. You know what I'm saying? We could chop them up. We could do all that. All the motion that I got. I don't even got to do too much work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the wave. You know what I'm saying? Shit gets done. And then he moves on. This was a 2 out of 3. Like I said, he moves on to track 11. It's called Me Too. And he's talking shit. He's like, yo, I could fuck around and resurrect Dipset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got that power. I got that emotion to really snap my fingers and make shit happen. He was talking his shit in the sense of he's like, yo, I gave them a signature on the C note. When it comes to these speakers, I'm the keynote. I'm laying down the foundation. He's also probably talking about that Coke wave too, just like laying down the foundations for them, for that. And I took it even in the musically part, you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, yo, he moves on later down another verse too, like, yo, if you want to make 1 million, you got to make two, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels to this shit. We ain't gonna get too much into the politics, but I had gave this track a 2 out of 3. So after this, I'm like, okay, French and Max have been handling the tracks together so far, right? So then we hop into like more of a solo Max B vibes with track 12. It's called I Don't Know. And honestly, I'm still debating how I feel about him singing. Like, I know this is what he does, but sometimes, like I said earlier, it's just like, it feels like too much auto tune on him, too much production on it. But I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Let me hear him out. And I'm not gonna lie, a few of these tracks, like in this middle part that I'm talking to y'all about, I gave it like a 1 out of 3, right? And like this one in particular, I did as well. And I feel like at first I was like not really fucking with the hook, and I'm like, all right, you know what? It's not the worst. It's not the worst. I'll take that. This is a 2 out of 3. Then we move into track 13 that is called Sarah Nation. This is another Metro Boomin production. And with this one, honestly, this was a disappointment. I feel as though like the beat was there, but the context of the lyrics weren't. I feel like on Metro Wave, they did a better job, Max and French, of like really elevating the beat. But I feel like with Sarah Nation, it was like, okay, the beat's good, but you're not really doing much for me with this one. So I had gave this one a 1 out of 3. It's one fire sign out of 3. It's a mid track for me, honestly. And then we got another skit to help separate some of these tracks, right? Skit part 2, track 14. In the beginning, it seems as though he has a little Spanish vibe in the beginning, and he said he's doing some shots. You know what I'm saying? I have not seen this addressed yet, but he said Griselda Blanco, none of them bigger than the Coke Wave Narcos. Shots fired, honestly, Griselda. What do you have to say about that? He literally called y'all out by the name. You know, hey, the skit, it was a skit. It was fire. I gave it a 3 fire signs out of 3. Now, track 15, another Metro Boomin production. So Metro did dip his hands in a little bit, and I feel like they, like I said, they used Metro Boomin to help give them more of that younger vibe. Nigga Like Me, track 18, featuring Chinks, 1 out of 3. I feel like the Chinks verse was like pointless. Sunday School, that was another 1 out of 3. Track 20, Tease Me, 1 out of 3. 21, yeah, 20. So out of these next 7 tracks here, only 2 of them got higher than a 1 out of 3. And that was Be All You Can Be, and then the track that they closed it off with, Rich Off a Name. I thought that one was pretty solid. It brought up back the vibes, and it was a decent way to close it out. But I'm just summarizing that end part for you. I ain't gonna drag you through it. So I feel like the project overall started off very strong. It was building up the Coke wave vibes, bringing the wavy vibes. I took my time to review it. Honestly, the second half was the hard part to get through. Honestly, that's what kind of like just like made me take my time with it. And I was just like, most were mid at first listen, and like some of them did grow on me, but overall 22 songs was risky. But on the other side, it's like, I guess you've been out for so long, you might as well. But public domain was already enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a mixtape. Well, it's supposed to be a mixtape. Now I'm just like, bro, this is an album. It's long as shit, but whatever. I think overall he would have scored higher, or both of them, French and Max, would have scored higher if they had cut down some of the tracks in the production. Max doesn't sound too clear sometimes, and the best representation of the best, I should say, the best example of how much tune Max should have is on Ever Since You Left Me. No more than that. Pulling out all stops. To really summarize this one, the best feature doesn't apply, so we're going with the best producer on here. Not gonna lie, as far as like what stood out to me the most, I do feel like Metro really was delivering some lit vibes on here, especially since Whipping That Wave ended up being like, what I'm about to say is a top track for me. I'm gonna give it to Metro. I just think they could have handled it better. A Keep It song was Serenation on the other end. While I thought the production was great, the verses didn't match up with the energy there. Now, the best song ever since you left me, I made it clear. That's the one I'm vibing with. And then if I gave y'all my top three, it'll be Ever Since You Left Me, Pop the Half, and then Whipping That Wave. Honorable mention will be Metro Wave. And because I have more than one song that's a Metro produced song in the top, let's say four, that's why he gets the best producer, which is a new category that I added because they ain't no features on here. But honestly, as far as the ratings, did this live up to his expectation for me? No. I feel like original score, it was low. It was a 6.5 out of 10, which, it's that's like mid, that's average. But for them, it's, low. And that was my original score. With a few more listens, I feel like I was able to elevate this up to a 7.5, which in my rating books is a B minus. So I'm going to leave it there. I feel like a lot of that bump up in score was really the effort that I seen behind it, pre and post drop, and just like getting the music videos and all that stuff kind of definitely adds to it. That was my review for Coke Wave, and now we're gonna close it out with ASAP Rocky's Don't Be Dumb. 17 songs, actually has grown since then. It's more songs, and he added more songs to this too. We're supposed to get more songs than that. I'm like, bro, it's cool, bro. You don't need to keep adding more songs to the disc. And I feel like after all this time of saying I'm gonna drop it and didn't drop it, everything should have dropped all at once. I hate when artists was I'm gonna give you a little no, drop it all at once. But I digress. I'm gonna give you how I'm feeling. No, this is 8 years later. We finally got it. His last big album was back in 2018. He dropped Testing. I was actually at Rolling Loud that year. Was it that year or the following for that? It was the following year that he had took the stage, the final grand stage. Rihanna was there with him to perform songs off of Testing and some other things. One of my personal favorite projects, I would say this is more so from the mob, is Cozy Tapes 1 and 2, and then long live ASAP. Testing and at long last ASAP were okay. But since then he's been really been on his fashion shit. He did an interview with AK, which I thought was weird. I shared my thoughts on that, but apparently he checked him, which he did. I just feel like don't even give that man your time, but whatever. We're gonna hop into this one now. This one kicks off with Order of Protection, and I feel like it was a solid intro song. He's on here like, you gonna need a vest and some protection if you fuck with Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on his name is what he's pretty much saying in this track. And I feel like for the project being called Don't Be Dumb and leading with this intro song, it was like a right pick to say like, don't do some dumb shit. Don't be dumb. You know what I'm saying? So I gave this track a 2 out of 3. And then we get into track 2, which is called Helicopter. 3 out of 3. It was like no question about it. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, yeah, he got one with this one. Move on to track 3, which is actually a skit. It's called Interrogation. So on here, he's like, yo, the buzz is about him. He's not putting out garbage. We need that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta be patient. I ain't trying to rush the motion, which I'm like, all right, bro, we've been patient. When you finally drop it, make sure it's all there. But this one, I didn't really give it a rating. I mean, if we're gonna rate a fucking skit like I did with Max B, I'll give it a 3. Whatever. This is y'all time to get a free score up on the board to improve y'all grade. So there you go. As long as it ain't no bullshit. Now we move on to track 4. This is actual track here. It's called Stole Your Flow. First you stole my flow, then I stole your bitch. First you was my bro. Pussy nigga switch. Beats. The beats of this was crazy. I love the anticipation. I feel like it builds up it builds up all the way towards the end of the track. And, he's talking that shit. I feel like it's for the boy. I mean, some people feel like it could be for Travis because a lot of people say that Travis, they feel as though he stole Rocky's flow. But, we gonna see. I really do feel like it's for the boy. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to fuck around with him. So there's always a discourse about him dating Rihanna as well. And then he, even in this track here, he makes a comment about, getting a BBL. So I feel like that definitely confirmed that it's for Drake in that sense. And my question to y'all is like, should Rocky even give him any more attention? Like, personally, I feel like no. At this point, you got the woman, you got the kids, y'all growing your family, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's another one probably on the way. Like, I just feel like, hey, just keep living your life. You have so much more ahead of you than like a beef with Drake at this point. But I do get why he felt the need to address him because that man is always throwing subliminals. Even on the interview with AK, he's like, yo, I had to press him because he's on stage that recent Europe tour that he did and work comes on, he's like, oh, don't even play that one, blah, blah, blah. Why the fuck did you put it on your set list? You knew it was going to be there. You did that for a reason. That one I gave a 3 out of 3. This was actually also the song that he's like, I'm a father, my baby mother, baby, better than my toddler. I be trying to deliver the cadence. But yeah, he's pretty much saying that Rihanna's better than his toddler. Figurative speech. People were trying to come at him for this one. But hey, overall, the track was a good track. So 3 out of 3, 3.5 sounds out of 3. Fire on replete. And that's one of the songs that I go to listen to first outside of like, the others that I'm about to tell you about. Now, track 5. This one is special. Stay Here for Life featuring Brett Fayez, which actually just dropped a project himself. I will be tapping into that. Honestly, the beat, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, this is set up perfectly for Brett Fayez to come in. And the transition the beat took once Rocky came on. Honestly, I felt like at first I was like, I feel like it didn't feel necessary. And I feel like at first, honestly, I wasn't crazy over Rocky's verse. I was like, oh, okay, let me see how it goes. That first verse, I should say. Now, the second one, I will say it's better. I feel like this is what I'm like, okay, the song is picking up, you know what I'm saying? It did grow on me, and I feel like part 2 goes hard and really takes the song to giving it the score that it got, which is the 3 out of 3. And then Brett Fayez elevates it. Want you to stay here for life. I can't sing, y'all. But that Stay Here for Life hook really did that, honestly. This is another track that I kind of go to first. But yeah, on to track 6. We got Player featuring Thundercat. Honestly, the little skits at the beginning and end of the songs have been pretty funny. And on this track, it's called Player. He's like, yo, I'm switching up the definition for player pretty much. And that's what I got from it, from his verse. He's like, boasting about being faithful, being a dad, keeping it cool. Like, that's what player is. You know what I'm saying? Not playing these girls. I'm like, okay, he trying to change the definition. I don't know if it's going to work, but he did have a fun twist to it. The hook, I feel like, was okay, which is why I gave this track a 2 fire signs out of 3. It's a good song, and maybe with a few more plays it can progress, or depending on the day, sometimes depending on how you feel, might switch up. So now we hop into track 7. It's called No Trespassing. Now, I was tough on rating this track, no lie, but the intro was funny. It's not like a miss or keep it track, but I feel like the verses were okay, but the no trespassing song itself fits into the don't be dumb theme, right? So that's why I didn't write it off completely, but I still did give this a lower grade where I considered it mid with my 1 fire sign out of 3 here. Now we move on to track 8. This one, another special one. Stop Snitching featuring Salsa Walker. All right. I ain't gonna lie. So on here, Rocky's like, niggas talk too much, you know what I'm saying? They do too much. I'm gonna wear a stop sign shirt to stop the snitching. And really, while Rocky did his fucking thing, Salsa Walker is the fucking standout star out of this track. You know what I'm saying? He went off from the moment he took the mic, from the moment he passed it back to Rocky. Like he was like, "Yo, your baby daddy sit down when he pissed. He's a pussy. He's a fabric softener, like hella shit." And I don't know, for some reason on January 21st, which is after the project dropped, Rocky added Bossman D-Lo, but I didn't hear, like, he was very subtle on it. I don't know why he even did that. But as far as ratings, this one was a 3 out of 3, another top track on there, right? So going into track 9, we got STFU featuring Slay Squad. Now, this one is more so for the ragers. This is more of that punk rocky vibe. I'll be honest, it didn't feel like it was for me. I feel like maybe younger me would have been like, "Yeah, we in the mosh pit with it," but it didn't land well for me. I feel like it felt out of place compared to the other songs on the project, so I did give it a mid rating, a 1 fire sign out of 3. And then we move on to the actual punk rocky track 10, which is a continuation of that vibe. I've been hearing it go viral on social media. People have been using it a lot for like their voiceovers and stuff, and I feel like, oh yeah, it's I see why people like it, but I ain't like it. I give it a 1 out of 3. It could potentially grow. Maybe it's just not the right mood or place that I'm listening to it. I'll be honest, but for now, it is a mid track for me. And then we move on to Air Force, Black DeMarco featuring Spencer Sutherland. And I'll be honest again, this is another track that I wasn't really crazy over. Honestly, the notes were snoozy. It didn't really uplift the vibe. It didn't really, I was like, okay, we're getting these two different sounds, which, you know, on testing, Rocky did test out some of that sounds, right? But I feel like it was like, okay, we're getting these two songs that felt kind of out of place for me. And I was waiting for it to pick back up, and this did not do that. So I did end up giving it a mid rating, 1 fire sign out of 3. And now we're getting towards the end of this one. Now we have Whiskey, Release Me. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this one is featuring Westside Gunn, and I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was not vibing with it. He just Westside was just on some ad libs at the end. He didn't really have a role in this, which I was just like, come on, bro. He should have really spit for real on here. And he added not Glorilla, Gorillas on. That was another update that he did on January 21st. But this song on here, yeah, I gave it a 2 out of 3 only because, like, wow, I feel like, okay, I was starting to vibe with it a little bit more compared to those other tracks, and this was still on that like kind of alt music vibes. I feel like Westside Gunn should have had a real fucking verse on this one. That's why I was disappointed. So now we move on to track 13, where actually things get better, right? So I feel like he had a little slowdown in this end part of track this one, and then we got Robbery featuring Doechii. As soon as I saw Doechii is featured on this, I'm like, oh, it has no choice but to be good, you know, but to be great, but to be fire. All right. So first of all, the beat is on some jazzy blues type of vibe, and they're both rapping, but like it's poetic. It's like they're at a bar doing spoken word while someone's on a grand piano, and it literally, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, this is Doechii's vibe. This is where Doechii's gonna eat. And they're like telling the story, and the story that they're rapping, the song's called Robbery, right? The story that they're rapping wraps their way up, leading up to the robbery, where the robber ends up robbing the show attendees after the show of Doechii and ASAP. And I thought the whole concept of Will's fire. I feel like having Doechii on this track really pushed Rocky to think out of the box and really like create a different feeling for the listeners here. So I gave this a 3 out of 3. All right. So We are on track 14. This one only has 15 tracks. So track 14 is called Don't Be Dumb, after the name of the project / Trip Baby. Now the Don't Be Dumb part of the song, I wasn't really feeling it too much. I feel like it was really a time for him to hit home and really like deliver on this theme. I feel like the second part, Trip Baby, was overall better, but didn't do much to elevate the song, which is why I gave it a 1 out of 3. At this point, I'm like, oh, man, bro, how you gonna close it out? So he closes it out with track 15. I gave that one a mid rating. Track 14, I gave that one a mid rating, 1 out of 3. Track 15 is called The End, featuring Jessica Pratt and will.i.am. This one, it was a disappointment, no lie. I feel like I'm like, okay, we got will.i.am on this. Like, okay, let's see how you really gonna switch it up. And I feel like this is when I'm like, okay, Rocky, maybe you just needed 12 songs at this point. But you're about to give me a diss too, and the last half of this was kind of like, okay, let's see how we going. I gave the last track on here a mid rating, 1 out of 3 fire signs. So let's move on to this too, if we will. He did add tracks on January 21st, and it's been allegedly supposed to add more. So we have SWAT Team to kick it off. Now, I thought this would be like okay, we got the helicopter, now we got SWAT Team. It did not give that vibe at all. It was far and completely, it was like black and white, day and night, whatever that saying is that they saying, like, not there. And this ended up being a mid track, 1 out of 3 fire signs for me, which I was disappointed. But then we move on to track 2. It's called Fish and Steak. what it what it is, featuring Jazzy and Tyler the Creator. Jazzy, okay, Jazzy is a R&B singer. I did like her music at some point, was listening to her, but then this was before Diddy went to jail. She was like signed under him, so I was waiting to see like how is she gonna what is she gonna do and say to really like continue to really tap into her, because I didn't really see her do too much of separating herself from him. You get what I'm saying, guys? So I was just like, okay, let me see how you move to make sure that we moving accordingly, okay? Because she is a stud woman, a lesbian woman, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I do want to tap into what you got going on, because I'm gonna represent for the community, but you know, she was a little quiet. But to move on to the song itself, her vocals on this are fire, and it's a great representation of the vocals that she has and her talent. And then Tyler, the Creator, has been a standout feature these last few months, and he really gave that 90s vibes on here, that 90s style of rap. And ASAP also comes in to deliver. This was a well-rounded track here. This was a 3 out of 3 for sure, and this brought back the energy. But I was like, damn, we had to wait for this too to get it back? Come on, Rocky. I was just saying in one of these skits, like, you gotta get it right, you gotta get it perfect. So it was good. I expected more, you know? So then we move on to track 3, which I said was added later on. I had already listened to the full project before I got track 3 and 4. And it's called Flaquito Jody, featuring Tokisha. If you don't know Tokisha, she just adds a little nasty flavor on any track she steps on. She be on that shit like Tokisha. She do her shit. She's Dominican, I believe, and she's always hopping on some fire tracks, and yeah, she just gives that nasty elevated vibe. But on here, they is doing a mashup that I'm like, Rihanna, were you in the room for this? Because this one sound a little suggestive. Hold the fuck up. But I do like the vibe and the banter between the two on the track. And I gave this one a 2 out of 3. I feel like it was a good track. I'm gonna see if it grows. Let's see. But now we have the final track. It's called track 4 on this too. It's called I Smoked Away My Brain. I'm a God X Demons matchup featuring Imogen Hemp and Clams Casino. Mouthful. Now, all that shit don't matter, because this track honestly was a disappointment. I didn't really like it. I feel like this is for the alt type of fans. Maybe it will grow. It's mid for me. It's a mid rating. It was a weak way to close it out. I feel like I was disappointed with how he closed out this one and this too. And I just feel like, what's this thing going on where we're gonna get more songs or we might not? But there's overall a few tracks just felt really out of place. And I have a total of maybe, yeah, 6 or 7 songs across 2 of them that got a 3 out of 3 for this having fucking 19 songs. That's a lot, and only 6 of them really landed. And honestly, maybe more features across them would have helped him. So far, the best feature here is Doechii. Honorable mention would be Tyler, the Creator. Keep It would be half the fucking album, dude. The best song on here is Helicopter. And then as far as my top 5, it'll be Helicopter, Robbery featuring Doechii. That might even be number 1. Stop Snitching featuring Salsa Walker, Player featuring Thundercat, Stay Here for Life featuring Beth Fayez, and Stole Your Flow. Honorable mention will be the Fish and Steak song. Those are now, if I honestly, that was like 7 tracks right there, right? Still 7 out of fucking 19 is crazy. That's not even, half yet. So, and this is, I had wrote this a couple weeks ago. So if I had to reorganize it based off of how I was listening to them, it would be Stay Here for Life, Robbery, Stop Snitching, and Helicopter. That's the order I'll put them in. With these ranks, it's like they can be interchangeable, but that will be like the true set in stone rating there. And honestly, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's a C plus. It was better than 21's, but I feel like it wasn't. It could have been better for all of this. Like, oh, you about to get it, you about to get it. Oh shit, actually, never mind. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for that, still, still not a horrible project, just a little more mid. There are some tracks on here that I will revisit. I think the cover art's fire. The final for it looks sick. Almost bought it the other day, but I already had got J.Cole's. Doechii, I found like a exclusive one, and then Flo Milli, because I fuck with her. So I was like, all right, Rocky, you gonna have to wait. And this shit wasn't even hitting like that for me to even be spending no $60 damn near almost, you know what I'm saying? I think it was like 40, but whatever, you get the point. But yeah, that's my ratings for those 2 projects. They pretty much fall within that same range of being like a 7 mid-ish project. You know what I'm saying? Max B and them got 7.5. Rocky got a 7 out of 10. B and C's, you know what I'm saying? They're good. There are a couple tracks on there that I do repeat from both of them, that I do have on my playlist from both. And honestly, the project that I have that have been on repeat for real, I'm gonna have on the next episode for y'all. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure you like and download this episode. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Follow me at The Culture Decides. Leave your feedback. Let me know what you think about some of these tracks. And please, guys, all those underground artists, please go check them out. Show them love. If you don't like the song that I played for you today, you might like another song of theirs. Like, I really encourage you to go see what's up. You know what I'm saying? We're building a community out here. But thank y'all for listening. Until next time, you beautiful people, stay well, stay warm, and stay right. Don't be a coon out here.